former New Jersey Superior Court judge and host of the Judging Freedom podcast, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, great to see you today.
Good morning, guys. I hope we don't see the same circus that we saw in California. Judge Ito really was not the model of jurisprudence on the bench. The police made a lot of mistakes. The government made a lot of mistakes. The defense knew how to exploit every single one of those mistakes. I was right off the bench in New Jersey when Roger Ailes called me up and said, "This judge in California is crazy. I want my own judge," meaning me, second-guessing him. Roger Ailes was the president of CNBC at the time. Fox did not exist yet.
Cameras in the courtroom. Has this been a positive for
overall,
the way trials play out?
That is a great question. Not in this case, where Judge Ito, who was running for election, pandered to the cameras almost continuously. But for the most part, I was originally opposed to them. I'm now very much in favor of them. It's a benefit for the public to see how the judicial system works. I know that my friends in the federal system disagree. No cameras in federal court, but in almost all state courts in the union, cameras permitted. Justice Merchan has not yet decided if there will be cameras in the courtroom in Donald Trump's trial starting Monday. I hope he says yes. The public has the right to see what's happening.
Yeah, so you mentioned, Donald Trump, this starts Monday. This hush money trial is going to begin. If there are cameras allowed in the courtroom, if the judge rules that, is that good for Donald Trump to have those cameras there?
Well, the former president is a master at taking misfortune and turning it into his political benefit. So if he is berated by the judge, for example, seeing that on camera, Donald Trump will be able to take that clip and use it in a commercial for his seeking the presidency.
Yeah.
But overall, I can't say if it'll be good or bad for him. In one respect, he's got to behave himself in a procedure that is essentially boring. This is not a trial like you see on television or in the movies. 90% of it is boring, boring, boring. He has to sit there. He has to be there 100% of the time, 4 days a week. They're going to take Wednesdays off. That day may float, but they're going to sit for 4 days a week.
Judge, I say this about you all the time, but I'll say it about Donald Trump. I don't think boring and Donald Trump have ever collided in the same sentence.
You're right.
If there are cameras in the courtroom in New York, this will captivate the American public.
Yes, it will.
Like it did with O.J. Simpson.
Correct.
And by the way, he is the presumptive Republican nominee. The American people should have the opportunity to watch this and judge for themselves. I want to play you a soundbite. So this is one of the jurors, not long after the verdict came down in 1995 out there in California, talking about how the Rodney King situation, which played out a couple years prior to this whole saga, impacted the verdict. Take a look.
Do you think that there are members of the jury that voted to acquit O.J. because of Rodney King?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
How many of you think felt that way?
Oh, probably 90% of us.
Wow.
Well, you can see how the defense exploited the race card. Let's face it, the evidence of his guilt was overwhelming, absolutely overwhelming. It was the race card, it was errors by the police, it was errors by the prosecutor, and brilliant defense tactics that got him off.
A couple of quick ones, 15 seconds. Do you think the trial with Trump starts Monday?
I think it starts Monday, but it's going to take a long time to pick 16 people that don't have an opinion on him, and that can be very fair to him in New York City.
And if found guilty, Trump would be a convicted felon?
Yes.
Is there jail time attached to that?
Yes, but I doubt that he would get it. He has no priors, and this is not the type of crime that is indicative of jail, though it is technically available to the judge for him.
Okay. Judge Andrew
if he is sentenced, it would be stayed for his 4 years in the presidency, assuming he is elected.
Okay, and you don't have a joke for us on Friday,
No,
right?
no, stuff is too
I got to
serious.
get you like a judge joke book.
I'll get back to it.
You came on, you had one every show for weeks, and now, you know,
all right.
that's okay.
A pleasure to be with you guys.
Judge, great having you back on
All
this
right,
morning. We'll do it again soon.
Thank you so much.